Hey, so I've been requested to make a CobbleVerse server setup tutorial, and this is going to be it. So this is CobbleVerse. As you can see, I already put in my details for the server. It's just localhost, because I'm not showing you how to port forward in this, because port forwarding is different based on every single person across the world due to having a different router slash modem and a different ISP. Best bet if you want to do port forwarding is just Google it and you should find a lot. So to do an actual server for CobbleVerse, first step we're going to do is get CobbleVerse on your computer through CurseForge. It's as simple as typing it in at the top. Under browse within Minecraft, CobbleVerse, it'll ask you to like install. Once you've got it installed, it'll be underneath my modpacks right here, and you can open folder. Now that you can open the folder, you'll be able to see this. So the first thing we want to do before we do anything is get CobbleVerse on your computer. Now that you have CobbleVerse, give it like 5 seconds. I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. Now that you've got CobbleVerse, make another folder on, let's say, your desktop, or do this wherever you really want to have the server folder. If you want to have it on your C drive, desktop is fine. If you want to have it on a separate drive, put it in that drive. It's fine. Open the folder. Inside this folder, we're going to be putting the Fabric Server MC file, which we download from fabricmc.net/use/server. We make sure that it's version 121.1, Fabric Loader version 16.14, installer version 1.0.3. Download that executable. It'll be up there once it downloads. Move it into the separate folder that we made for the server. Now that we've made that folder and we've put the Fabric file, the jar file in there, we're going to add a text document. And this text document, we're going to call it start. And we're going to change txt to bat. This will come up with, are you sure you want to do this? It might break the file. There's nothing in the file to break because we just made it. Then we're going to edit the file. We're going to put this line in there. Why do we put JDK21 bin Java instead of what Fabric suggests us to use, which is just saying Java? It's because this specific version of CobbleMon that we're running requires Java 21 to not give us a CobbleMon showdown error. I could show you the exact error it'll give, but that'll just make this video longer. If you're not using Java 21, it'll give you error messages. Just, I want to say trust me on it, but you can try it. You know Java 21, which I'll have in the description how to get. It's right here on the Java Technologies downloads, JDK 21 Windows. Installer 64, you just run it. It doesn't even need to you don't even need to restart your computer. It'll install it on your C drive. And then I'm giving it 6 gigs right now because my PC only has 16, but you could give it up to like 8 or 16, whatever you prefer. Don't go too high though, because too much RAM will slow down a server because it's just gonna mess up. Minecraft is not coded properly. Let's phrase it that way. Once we've got this line in here, we save. If you're wondering why it says no GUI, it's because you don't need the vanilla Minecraft GUI, which is excessive. You can use it if you want, you don't need it. Get rid of that. We've done that. We've got start.bat. Before we even run this, what we're going to do is we're going to grab inside of our CobbleVerse folder, which we can access after we've installed it and ran CobbleVerse once. Make sure you've started CobbleVerse once and gone into a single player world. Doesn't have to, doesn't matter if it's got cheats on or nothing. Just make sure you load it in once. Go back to the actual launcher again, open folder. This will open the CobbleVerse folder, which I also had open in the back. I can close that one so we are all at the same step. We've got this CobbleVerse folder, which will have a config folder right here, which will have a mods folder right here with all the mods. It'll also have, I forget what I was gonna say. I'm kidding. So we've got a config, we've got mods, yeah? We need both of those inside the CobbleVerse server folder. But there's a caveat here. We also need data packs. But data packs let's just do what I said, right? Config, data packs, mods. We need all three of those. Control C, Control V. Now it's going to move all of them over. Now, next step. We're going to create a new folder within the CobbleVerse server folder, right? We're going to call this world. Inside this world folder, we are going to be putting that same data pack folder. Copy it, world, put it in there. Why are we doing this? So that we don't have to restart our server more than we want to. Because otherwise you'd have to generate the world and then put in the data pack folder, which houses all the like modifications that pack developers have put within the CobbleVerse, causing you to get your starter items after selecting a cobble mod and stuff like that. It'll also stop the Ender Dragon, no hunger, no mobs, etc. That's why we're putting those data packs inside the world, because Minecraft doesn't load them if they're in the server file only. They need to be in the world files as well. Once we've done that, we're going to go back into the CobbleVerse server folder that we just made. Mine's on my desktop, as you can see. We go into mods. We go down till we see UI tweaks. I saw it and I scrolled past it almost. We grab the disabled one and the non-disabled one. That's two of them. Delete them from your server folder. You do not need them in there. Once you've done this, your next step's going to be clicking the start.bat. It will close itself. It will crash. This is because we have not yet accepted Minecraft's EULA. The EULA being that we are accepting the user terms of use from Mojang, which at this point is just Microsoft, that we will not like sell access to the server and stuff like that. We got to follow that compliance stuff. You can't have gotcha boxes and stuff in the server. That's just TLDR what the EULA somewhat comes down to nowadays. So as you can see, it's like showing everything filled to load EULA.txt by answering blah 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 blah. So this is going to crash itself in a minute, but we got the EULA.txt now. And we've got server properties. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the server properties. I'm using Sublime. You can use just a text editor like Notepad++ or just WordPad if you really, or Notepad, whatever. It's fine. I like setting allow flight to true because Elytra and stuff exists and you don't want people getting kicked for no reason. Then we go down a bit. I'm changing the MOTD to say CobbleVerse server, just so that we like you know that it's changeable and what it shows in a second. It's also more fun. If you don't want to like show IPs in the console for other people, you could just turn that off. I don't really care at this point because I'm staying local, so it won't even show my actual IP. Server protection, I'm usually setting this to 0 so that anyone without operator perms can actually mine when they spawn. Yes, this does cause some issues when you have a public server, but if it's just a server with friends, this is completely fine. And the main thing we need to change in here to make sure that we don't have to restart again is enable command blocks to be true, because the pack developer has chosen to use command blocks to spawn the gym trainers when you walk into the gym. Onto the pressure plate, it'll spawn the trainer once you walk on. So we need that to be true, otherwise we don't get any gym trainers to fight and increase the level cap. Once we've changed all of that, we can close that, close out of it. Now we've got the EULA. As you can see, we can just edit it with Notepad, or, well, whatever. It says false right here. We're going to make that say true. I don't really understand why this hasn't crashed yet, so I'm just force closing it. If it doesn't crash for you, just Ctrl-C inside of it. It'll ask you on a close, put a Y, and press enter and it'll close. Once we've changed the EULA, you save it, close it. Then, again, we start the start.bat. This will now start up the server. And if everything was done properly, and at this point, I'm pretty sure we did, it should load up everything, go through Showdown without any issues, and at ending, it'll say data pack files, server scripts, client script, blah, 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 blah. All we got to do now is wait for it to finish loading, and I'm pretty sure it just did. Oh, nope, there it goes. Preparing spawn area. It said done, registered trainers, whatever. right? It's done. So now we can go into CobbleVerse, full screen this so I don't accidentally leak any of my IPs. Multiplayer, and as you can see, tutorial server, a CobbleVerse server. For me right now, this is localhost because, again, I'm not port forwarding. You can look that up elsewhere. I'm sorry, I don't want to go into port forwarding. It's just too big of a rabbit hole. Server starts, I joined it. Everything's fine and dandy. I don't have any permissions. As you can see, I can't go into game mode, whatever. I haven't given myself operator. So we can select by pressing C. I'm gonna just choose Charmander because it's easier to just start it. And there are all my starting items. It gave me my Pokedex, my first gym, Pokeball, Oranberry, CobbleVerse training card, and a backpack. I'm usually putting it there. I don't know why there's an H on my face. I have yet to figure that out. But it was also there in single player, so I'm assuming it's some kind of weird thing the pack does with shader packs or anything. I don't know. So just to make sure that everything's working, I'll also show you that I need to go southeast. And for this, I will quickly alt-tab into this and give myself op so that I can actually fly. As you can see, it's showing 127.0.0.1. This is because I'm currently local hosting it. That's why I said I'm not afraid of leaking my IP by accident. F3, F4 to go into... let's go into spectator mode. It's a bit faster. Scroll wheel to go even faster. As you can see, the server with 6 gigs and my Minecraft client with some gigs. My 16 gig PC doesn't really enjoy having that much RAM used. I've also got too much other stuff open, so we'll go back to creative. As you can see, we already got near the first gym. That's how fast you can fly in spectator mode. And that's the first gym right there, so let's land. Go into survival mode with F3, F4 again. Scroll off the first gym map right here. See that pressure plate? Yeah, that's the pressure plate I was talking about that is connected to a command block. If, for whatever reason, it doesn't spawn it, that's the issue. It's the issue that you chose to not turn on command blocks. That's the gym leader, and we can talk to him, fight him, and I'm just gonna lose this because I've got a Charmander level 5 against his level 16, right? Like, there's nothing I can do with this Charmander against this dude. So he's just gonna get one shot. That's fine. Everything works fine and dandy. I lost. He keeps going. If he does eventually despawn, there's a text explaining here how to get him back. You've got to press that with a Hearthstone in your hand, and it'll respawn Brock. That will also increase the max level of your Pokemon. Currently, it is set to 25 before you beat the first guy. Every time you beat a gym leader, it should increase according to CobbleVerse. So this is just CobbleVerse right now, and you can just enjoy it. And if you jump down like this, you die, and you lose everything. But specific items. I didn't even know that. He's probably set it up that you don't lose these items, which is nice. But, yeah. So we did lose the Pokeballs we had and all that stuff, but you don't want that to happen. Game rule, keep inventory. True. And now if you die, you don't lose anything. Just keep in mind. Yeah, that should be everything to get you guys to be able to play CobbleVerse. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope it helped you. If it doesn't, please join my Discord. Give me any questions in my chat. I might make an actual CobbleVerse chat or just help chat. I don't know yet. Depends on how many people come asking questions. That aside, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any mod packs that you want to have a server made for or whatever, let me know. I make these pretty easily because I've been in the Minecraft world way too long. So yeah, I hope it helps. See y'all next time. Peace.